get everything going. For now, you can watch the Cardinals warming up. Cardinal fans, we're getting ready for our second game today. That first one ended in a bad fashion. Not going quite our way. We got a good basketball game out of it. Went against us for those last few minutes. Tough loss for the Cardinals, but they'll play for third place tomorrow. They'll play against either Merritt or Hooker. Those two teams are playing later tonight. We're getting ready to play against the number 7 Merritt Oilerettes. Last year, these two teams met in the tournament in exactly the same position. Both teams won their opening games. Merritt was the number 1 seed. The Cardinals were the number 4. That's exactly the same this year. Both teams won in their opening matchup. And then the Cardinals went on to win a close game and gave the Oilerettes their first loss last year. By the way, every one of Merritt's losses last year in a fantastic run went 21-6. The other 5 losses for Merritt, all teams ranked in the top 10 of either Class A or 2A. So there's a lot there to be proud of from what we had. But what it does mean, and on Merritt's stream, if you were watching yesterday, they were talking about they were looking forward to this game. They're looking forward for redemption. Another word for that is revenge. They didn't like that loss last year. It was a blemish on an otherwise stellar record. It saw them go all the way to the state tournament before they eventually lost. They did lose in the first round of the state tournament last year. Merritt is ready for blood today. They play hard, they play fast, and they play deep. They've got a lot of experience on the floor. They have both seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, and they'll play 10 deep really easy on a game. You don't even know who's going to start until you see them walking on the floor. So it's kind of tough to nail down exactly who to watch out for, but I can tell you this. In their last tournament, their holiday tournament, they had 3 players make the all-tournament team, including Addison Hartman, the big power forward, was the MVP of the 5-county tournament. She was joined by her sister Riley Hartman and Ella Porter. Now, this is a tall team. They got 4 people out there that we know of that are 5'8" or 5'9". That's tall for the girls' game. Lady Cardinals are not a small team, but Merritt's big. One thing of note, for those of you that are old-timers, so to speak, in Turpin, if you've been around for a while, one of the names that you're going to hear me say tonight a lot is Chloe Stout. Chloe Stout granddaughter, Roddy Teresa Stout, daughter of Travis Stout. Travis, you may remember, fantastic athlete at Turpin in the late 90s. He was there for the big run that the Cardinals had, going deep into the playoffs and winning some state titles in various sports. In fact, Travis was a part of a state tournament golf team and was all-state in golf. So when we're talking about Chloe Stout later on in this game, just know that we're talking about some Turpin lineage there. Chloe plays a lot, has had a good year. She's a junior. We'll be watching for her, that she's number 10 out there. Anyway, a little bit more about Merritt this year. Last year, like I said, they went 21-6. This year, they come in 6-1. They've got only one loss. That was at the very beginning of the year, and that was to the Canute girls. The Canute girls, who, by the way, just beat Hooker 2 games before this earlier in the day. So Canute will be playing in the finals against the winner of this game. We'll pause for the state song in Oklahoma.
Basketball faithful. Will you please remain standing, and we ask you to please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Merritt Public Schools welcomes you to Oiler Nation for tonight's.
We'll get ready for the starting lineups in just a moment. This Merritt team, by the way, ranked 7th in 2A. A lot of respect here. This team is well regarded around the state, obviously, to be thought of that highly. They do have wins over several ranked teams. They're 1-0 against the top 5. They're 2-1 against the top 10 teams. Coming out on the floor is our starters, though. Kemper Post and Addie Buller. Shelby Moses. Tatum Bell. That's her first time to start this year. And Brianna Barrett. So Coach Schmaltz shaking things up a little bit. The Cardinals had run a static top 5 for the first 2 games of the season. And Tatum will start tonight.
And junior number 2, Ella Ford. And junior number 10,
starters.
And senior number 12, Ashley
Number 6, Ella Porter. Number 10, Chloe Stout. Number 12, Ashley Sosa. Number 21, Ashley Hartman. And number 24, Riley Hartman. I said, a big team for the Oilerettes. Cardinals yesterday going against Frederick. Cardinals won 57-39. That game wasn't very close. Frederick struggled a bit. Frederick's a 3A team, but Cardinals handled them well. It'll be interesting to see. The officiating has made a difference in games, and yesterday it ended up coming out really bad for Frederick's side. They couldn't play clean, and they ended up with three players ended up fouling out. We'll see what happens today. They haven't been called nearly as many fouls. Now, that long game that we just saw in the overtime saw 19 fouls eventually between two. Buller gets the tip, gets grabbed. She has an open path to the basket. Nothing called. So right off the bat, we can see we're going to have a more physical game here. This Merritt team plays very physical and very fast. On defense, they are a huge load. They will run a man-to-man press. They'll also run zone and man-to-man in the half court. They're known for their press, and a 5-second call. Addison Hartman holding the ball at the top of the free throw line. Barrett's right there all over her, and they end up giving a 5-second call. Now, the officiating today has been very controversial in here. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but there were 3 tees handed out in the early games, and in that game that we saw just before this, when the Turpin boys were playing against the Canute Trojans, there was a flagrant foul called. 5-second foul called. Going the other way now. And we've got an official timeout for something. Yeah, they were talking over the possession arrow. The Cardinals had the possession arrow, and then Buller got stripped is not even the right word for it. She had the ball, was driving, and they grabbed her arm and pulled her back, so she lost the ball. So technically it's a turnover, but it does mean the possession arrow goes. They're going to say Brianna Barrett got a hold of that ball. Okay. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of comments about the officiating when this keeps up. Pass in quick and lose the ball. It'll be a travel. Ella Porter loses the ball. So one thing to watch for, Merritt plays a full court man. Yesterday against Hollis, Hollis couldn't even get the ball up the court. Hollis basically went to half with over about 2 points. It was a rough game for Hollis. See, Buller goes the length of the court with Porter riding her. They've got it into Barrett. Barrett kicks it out. Boyd drives in, gets double teamed. A lot of swinging and punching into the ball. Boyd comes in to save it. So we're going to see a physical game here, guys. Now, we're used to that. We can play that way. We have played teams that like to play physical. You got to adjust to the style, the way the game's called, and our girls hopefully will figure that out. Quick shot to the outside from Marley Mong. She'd come in and sub in. She didn't start, but like I said, this team will roll people in and out. Cardinals working against the press. They get the ball up the floor in a hurry. Press hasn't caused many problems so far. They played against teams. In Northwest Oklahoma, we have a lot of teams that like to press. Post picks it up, hits Barrett at the high post. Buller comes open, but then they switch, and we hit Shelby Moses after they'd switched. Sosa and Stout had switched, handing off Buller. So Sosa was a mismatch for Shelby Moses inside. Barrett got it to her. Moses was going to score, and Sosa fouled her. Moses makes the first of 2 free throws. That's the first foul of the game. Coach Doherty rolling them in and out. He has a tremendous bench, and he will use them. He's brought Brigham Barrett in already. Sorry, Brigham Barnett. Stout's got it, kicks it over on the edge. They work in fast to Hartman. Tell you what, they're going to call those fouls quick down low in the paint. They have been consistent on that already, so they're allowing some contact out high. Buller tips the ball somehow. able to hold on to it. Buller blocks a shot. She's got it. She's going to be double teamed. She throws it out and it bounces off of one of the white jerseys. Merritt will get really physical. As I said, they play that zone and play it very well. Boyd gets body checked, picks it up in the corner, and then gets it to Shelby Moses. Got to be careful of that corner. You get pinned in there deep by the coach's box. Buller's working it down low. Boyd tries to get it to her, but Marley Mong's able to tip the ball away and get the steal. Buller had a mismatch inside going against Peyton Fight. Merritt tips the ball away. They're going to call her for the foul.
13.
2 fouls on Turpin already. They're down 1-3. Stout's got it up top, working against Post. Out on the edge, it goes to Mong. And then back up top to Fight. Buller matching up with their Cardinals. Are in a man-to-man here. Back around the way, it goes to Mong. Mong's going to put up another three-pointer and nail it. Mong can hit from 3. You see it here with 2 early three-pointers. That's the only scoring so far. Boyd with another turnover. She tells the ref her hand got hit on it. The referee doesn't care. Mong's going for another three-pointer and hits it. Coach Schmaltz is going to take a timeout. Mong's got the hot hand and is given a 9-point lead to the Merritt Oilerettes. The Cardinals are going to have to adjust here. Merritt's playing a tough defense. They're in a lot of contact. They're on their home floor, so you should expect that it's not going to get called tight against them. And the Cardinals just have to adjust to that and be ready for it. You've already seen Buller's been able to get a block off, a block against them, and so they're letting the Cardinals play physical too. Cardinals just have to figure out what kind of things are going to get called, which things won't, because it's pretty obvious they're not going to call simple hand checks or even body checks here. Cardinals have the ball, they'll bring it in. Merritt sets up in that full court man-to-man press. Again, that press did a wonder on Hollis yesterday. Boyd's got it, she comes up the floor in a hurry. Down to Barrett it goes, Barrett gets it out. A lot of reach in by Merritt. Now Moses has it, Moses drives in, a lot of contact. Moses will put it in. So Moses has all the points for the Cardinals so far. She's got 3, and that's what the Cardinals have, trailing 9 for Merritt. Barnett's up top, out to Fight. Fight working against Buller. To Stout up top, going against Post. And then Mong comes open again. She'll miss this one. Fight goes for the loose ball, but she's going to go out of bounds. Cardinals let Mong get open again, but the hot streak ends and she misses one. Coach Daugherty's going to send in another 3. He's going to roll them in and out on that bench. They basically are playing 10. Cardinals know what that's like. Coach Schmaltz had that luxury last year when the Cardinals regularly went 9 deep. This year the Cardinal bench is a little bit thinner. We go to 7 usually. Post has it. Working up top against Sosa. Into Moses it goes again. Tipped away from Moses. She's battling the fight. They're going to say Moses touched it last. So Moses took off, but Fight gave up on the guard that she was on and came in, and Moses was triple teamed but didn't know it. Fight sneaks in and knocks the ball away. Hartman working against Barrett, and there's a switch. Boyd's trying to keep up with her, and Barrett's able to get a steal. So they switched and got the guard going against Merritt, but it worked out for the Cardinals' favor, and Post is going to go for 3. Post got hot yesterday and was draining him from outside, and she pulls the Cardinals back within 3. Cardinals trail 6-9 here. 3:20 left to go in the first quarter, and the Cardinals fighting it out with the Merritt Oilerettes. Merritt trying to run against the Cardinals man-to-man, and they aren't able to get anything inside. Moses bounces it right off of one of the Oilerettes, but they're going to say that she stepped out of bounds as she was doing so, and they'll give it to the white jerseys out of bounds. And Coach Daugherty will take a timeout. That's his first. About this time, we'd be highlighting the Cardinal cheerleaders right over there or right over there, but they didn't make the trip today. This tournament's the farthest that we go, except for one game a little later in January in Enid, and then the playoffs. Hopefully a deep run in the playoffs. But the cheerleaders weren't able to follow us along today. We do have a nice crowd here cheering on the Cardinals in the game before and the Lady Cardinals now. Cardinals here playing in the winner's bracket, both the guys and the girls. Our boys lost in their game in a heartbreaker, and they'll play for third place tomorrow against the loser of the Merritt Hooker game. But our girls are playing against the Oilerettes right now from Merritt. Number 7 in Class 2A, and Cardinals are hanging with them in the early going. Cardinals have played against ranked teams. Loose ball on the floor. Jump ball will go to Merritt. I think that's our first jump ball of the game. It couldn't be the second because we had the initial possession. So it would have to be the third. Cardinals standing man-to-man. Boyd's up top against Porter. They find Stout inside working against post. Stout has several inches on post, and she's able to get the turnaround jumper. Cardinals in a hurry. Boyd using her speed. She kicks it to Barrett, and Hartman does a great job. Hartman, you may notice, jumps right inside, gets the steal, and all of a sudden, Merritt's in transition on the other way. Looked like Hartman had bumped it with her foot, which would have been a kick, but the referee was right there and didn't call it. And coming the other way, Porter gets fouled. That's 2 now on Boyd. The freshman starting in her first game for varsity for the Cardinals. Porter gets the first free throw to fall, and Megan Weber will come in. It'll be interesting to see how Weber responds to coming off the bench. She's new to the 6-man role this year. Barrett's unable to get the rebound. Mong gets the rebound, rolls over to her back, and yes, by the rules, that is a walk. That's a travel, but the Cardinals will get it because of the jump ball. Weber gets double teamed, can't get rid of the ball, and when she does, it's tipped and stolen. Buller going for a steal, another loose ball. Bodies are hitting the floor like crazy, and we got another jump ball. Merritt's going to inbound the ball into the bucket. They have a 6-point lead. Bullard steps in, blocks the shot, and then gets pushed out of the way. You saw it. Buller blocked the shot and literally got 2-hand pushed out of the way. Porter gets the rebound once the space is empty, and then she gets fouled. Weber getting called for her first. And all of a sudden, there's 4 fouls on the Cardinals. So it's going to be an interesting game. Cardinals have to adjust to this physicality, or else Merritt's going to pull away from them. Lane violation on Weber. Loose ball. Weber comes away with it, and she's going to get fouled this time. So, only the second foul on Merritt. However, both those fouls have come against Sosa. Buller inbounds to Weber. Weber loses it for a second. It goes out of bounds. Weber's getting knocked around pretty good ever since she's come in. She's hitting the floor almost every time she touches the ball. Rose comes up the floor, draws a double team, gets it to Buller, and now it's back to post. Weber's going to travel. Stout throws it in. Mung's got it. Cardinals stay in their man-to-man defense. I've commented on the physicality a lot, but if you'll remember, this is what the playoffs look like. These Lady Cardinals have to adjust. Once you hit the playoffs, they want the game to be decided on the court, and they don't whistle them very much at all. They go try for a lob pass to Hartman. That's Addison Hartman. Bullard comes away with the rebound. Most wide open, puts up the three. It's a miss. Bullard comes away with the rebound, kicks it out to Weber for a jumper. And Weber will hit it. Cardinals back within 4. They're trailing 8-12 here in Merritt. They're playing the Oilerettes on their home floor. Oilerettes have blood in their eye after the loss last year. Their only loss to an unranked team was against the Cardinals last year. Drive inside. Barrett had position. You notice she had position because they didn't call her for a blocking foul. Weber gets knocked to the floor again. Ball gets knocked away from her in the process, and Merritt's got a steal. They've got 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Hartman up top. Barrett picks. It's passed off to Long. Long hits her third. I think her fourth three-pointer of the game. Cardinals have got to stop her. She's the main scoring threat. She's got 12 of 15 points. So for all the physicality that the Oilerettes are putting out on the floor, they're having to do their scoring from outside.
Come on, get strong, Cardinals. Let's go.
Bullard throwing it in. Cardinals working against that press. Weber in a double team, but gets it out to post. 23 seconds left. Post right through the middle. She dribbles right in the middle of a bunch of Oilerettes, and the ball gets knocked loose. They kick it out to the corner. The Oilerettes will start a quick offense here. They've only got 12 seconds left. It's out to Stout. Stout to Hartman. She takes a jumper. It'll be a miss, and the Cardinals have the rebound. They whistled for a jump ball. Now notice what that does. The Cardinals get to inbound the ball with 2.8 here. So they get the chance for one more score before the end of the quarter. They're going to throw it in and just leave it. Okay. So what that means is that Merritt will end up starting the second quarter with the ball. They debated whether or not that whistle would count on that, but looking up at the clock had stopped. There was still time in that quarter. So. I had speculated on whether or not officiating would make a difference in this game, and it obviously is. Not saying it's in favor of one team or the other, but allowing a very physical game will allow a physical team an advantage. And Merritt, for the first quarter, was able to make good on that. But it was their outside shooting that provided the points that give you the distance you see right now. Merritt's up 15-8 off 4 3-pointers. Cardinals have some 3-pointers of their own. Run through our stats real quick. Post has a 3. Sorry, we got 1 3-pointer. Post has a 3. Moses has 3 off one bucket and a free throw, and Megan Weber has the other bucket. Cardinals held to only 8 points in that quarter. Merritt's defense, well known for being stifling. Again, this is the kind of defense that you will see as you get into the playoffs. So the Cardinals are getting a preview of what Class A will look like, even though the Oilerettes are 2A. A and 2A have some really good basketball in them. State tournament's a lot of fun to watch if you get the chance. Cardinals get a chance for a gut check here against a great opponent on the road. Bullard tips a ball away. Fight's able to come in and get it. Barrett gets a rebound, gets it just pulled away from her. Barrett's got it. Man, there's a lot of contact down there, as you can see. Bullard's got it. I gotta tell you, we're traveling with her. Bullard is used to this, as we've traveled doing AAU ball during the summer, and it also looks very similar to the game that you see out there on the floor. They make the girls decide the winner on the court and not at the free throw line. Goes into Hartman. They kick it out to Mong again. She's been hot from the 3-point line, and there it is again. Cardinals may have to shift into a zone. Mong's just killing us from the outside. 5 3-pointers now. Cardinals have Buller streaking down the backside, but the pass is too deep. Cardinals got to be careful here. They played in the game against Texoma in the Moreland tournament, and Moreland's press, Texoma's press for a while had the Cardinals on the ropes. And this press is every bit as good as what we saw from Texoma. So the Cardinals, it'll be up to them to make the difference here. They're down by 10. Merritt with a double-digit lead early in the first half. Early in the second quarter. We still got a lot left to go. Only 6 fouls have been called in the game. 4 have been on the Cardinals. Ball's inbounded up top to Barnett. And into fight. Hartman had snuck away from Moses. Cardinals are down by 12. Boyd to post. Post matching up against Barnett. Moses has it. Miller's got it out on the outside, hands off the post. Barrett's posting up, asking for it. Moses doing the same. Boyd will drive in, goes for a jumper. She can't get it, but Moses gets the rebound and puts it in. Cardinals look to have an advantage with inside play if they can get it in. Merritt's big, but with what you're seeing, these big girls from Merritt like to play at the guard positions. The Cardinals can get the ball down the floor in that press. It looks like they may have something here with Moses. She scored a chunk of the points for the Cardinals. She can't get that free throw, though. Moses will get called for the foul. She knocked down Mong, and that's going to get called pretty much every time. Can't knock somebody down right in front of the referee. Porter brings it down. Cardinals stay in their man-to-man. Mong's sneaking around on that backside again, but Boyd's going to tie up. Boyd's going to tie up Sosa, and the Cardinals will gain a possession here. Doesn't count as a turnover, but it effectively works as one. Buller looking to throw it in. She'll get it to Boyd. Boyd gets literally knocked down, just flat level. They come over to double team her. Boyd threw it over the double team, and Bregan Barnett just couldn't stop quite in time. It's almost exactly what you saw with Moses a moment ago. Barnett facing off against Hartman. Buller now up top, back out to Boyd. Merritt working hard against Barnett. Barnett's not letting Barnett move. We got Barnett and Barrett here. Buller crosses the lane, looks outside for Post. I think she was expecting Post to step out, but Post was open. And Buller throws it and misses her, and it'll go out of bounds. It's a turnover, so unforced error there. On the other end, watch Hartman there. It's Hartman and Barrett. They're just battling it out in the post. Ball gets tipped. Barrett can't quite get to it. Order ends up sneaking around. And you end up with Mong wide open again. This ball gets tipped and Moses has it. Moses bringing it up the floor and throws it behind Boyd and out of bounds. Cardinals out of sync here. This defense for Merritt's really doing a number on the Cardinals here. They just got to pull things together. It's not going to get any easier. You got them on their home court. You got a highly ranked opponent. They really want to play in the championship and get the hardware from their tournament. And the Cardinals stand in their way. Plus the history of the two teams. The Cardinals last year knocking Merritt, ending Merritt's perfect record last year. Cardinals end up with the rebound. Moses comes away with it. And Cardinals will set up in half court. Watch the battle in the post. You've got Mong going against Moses, and you've got Barrett and Hartman. Barrett comes all the way out. Moses inside. She'll take advantage of that and put it in easily. Like I said, we probably have the advantage inside with what our posts can do. The problem is just getting the ball to them with the guards providing so much pressure on the outside. Oh no, we have a wide open player. Buller challenges it though. Probably blocked the shot as much as she missed it by, so we'll give credit to Buller for a block. Barrett though can't get rid of it. She got double teamed. Barrett gets rid of it this time to Buller. Buller takes it on herself. Cardinals have a fast break here. They hit Moses again. Moses gets fouled and puts up the shot.
Foul on Merritt, number 22. Moses on the foul line.
Moses gets to shoot 2. That's the 5th foul on Merritt. Team fouls have been going against the Cardinals for the last couple of minutes, and all of a sudden, Merritt's starting to pile them up. Cardinals trail by 8. Moses getting to shoot the second of 2. Estes has come in, giving Barrett a moment here. Estes getting the rebound after Moses misses both. Boyd driving in. So much contact. My word, so much contact. Notice no whistles. 4 people on the court. But this is what we'll see in the playoffs, so we got to be ready for it. She never had control. A lot of people wanted to travel. They just don't know the rule.
Merritt, number 24.
It ends up being a turnover, though, eventually against Merritt. Cardinals have the ball under the baseline. They get it to Buller. Buller up ahead. Throws it away, looking for post. Sorry, I missed it. Buller throws it up ahead, looking for post, and it's a turnover. Hartman now working against Estes inside, and you'll get a long shot from outside by Stout. Estes fighting for the rebound. Interesting. The only person who touched the ball was Estes, but they're going to call it out of bounds on Merritt, I guess, instead of calling foul. By the way, Cardinals now are sitting in bonus. Merritt does have 6 fouls. 3.5 left to go in the first half. Cardinals down by 8. Post picks it up the floor, and Merritt's press is starting to get in the Cardinals' heads. Boyd grabs a rebound and literally is held as she's trying to break out to go take off in transition. Referee calls it, and Boyd will get to shoot 1-on-1. Boyd will be shooting 1-on-1 here. That's a 17 foul on Merritt. She misses it. 2 Merritt players are there to grab it. Hartman, in particular, grabs it. That's Addison Hartman. Riley Hartman's 24. Addison Hartman's 21. There was a shot into the lane for Hartman. Estes had lost track of her. Addison was the MVP of the 5-county tournament in last month, and you can see why. Good ball move, or good movement without the ball in her hands. She'll get the chance to shoot here. That's the first foul on Estes, the 16th foul on the Cardinals. Hartman makes it. She had made the shot, so that was a 3-point play. Boyd's got it working up top against Mong. Boyd ran into a double team. Ended up double dribbling. That's a turnover. The Cardinals struggling against the press here. Addison Hartman, the one who just got fouled and who had scored the 3-point play, has to come off. Looks like she might have a foot or ankle injury. The work inside. Bowler blocks another shot and just gets pushed out of the lane by Porter, but Barron's there to get the rebound. Porter comes down. Buller throws it to a guard, and it goes out of bounds. Boyd looks a little bit shaken up. Cardinals with another turnover. They've struggled in the second quarter with ball security. Cardinals are down by 11, but their inside game when they get the ball into the half-court offense has been tremendous. Long shot put up by Barnett. Oilerettes are able to get the rebound. They'll get another chance here. 2:10 left to go in the first half. Estes working hard against Hartman. And finally, 3 seconds gets called. It's been going a while. I was curious to see if we were going to get a count or not, and eventually we do. Boyd. Boyd, wow, just literally grabbing her. Referee agrees, though. He calls it. Actually, he's not going to call for grabbing. He's going to call her for pushing her. But that'll put Boyd at the line again. Boyd and Weber both have been getting knocked around pretty significantly by this defense. As I said, though, we saw it last year as our Cardinals made a deep run in the playoffs. That's just the way playoff basketball gets called. They're not going to let you win games at the free throw line with an abundance of foul calls. Stout out on the edge, getting it to Porter. Porter in the corner against Boyd. Up top to Barnett. Back over to Sosa. Sosa up top. They're working and trying to get it inside for Hartman. Buller jumps the pass. They tried for a lob, and Buller's there, gets the steal, and the Cardinals have the ball. They're running a 4-out. You can see trying to free stuff up. Going to get somebody inside. We'll see who it is. They doubled Buller inside. Cardinals running a whole bunch of screens here. Buller's wide open for a three-pointer, and she'll sink it. Cardinals back within single digits. It's an 8-point lead now, 15-23. 60 seconds left on the clock in the first half. They're trying to work inside for Hartman again. Hartman just battling with Merritt. And Weber, sorry, Moses this time. Cardinals are ready for that. Buller's got it coming through. 45 seconds left on the clock, and Buller comes through. Barnett had jumped in front of Buller. She gets called for the blocking foul. Buller saw that she didn't have position. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but I brought it up earlier, and it's worth mentioning because it is a factor in how these games are playing out. Both sides of the crowd are unhappy with the officiating. A lot of contact going on. By the way, that foul was on the floor, so Buller was just shooting 1-on-1. She had not put up a shot.
You're right, let's go, Black!
So the miss squirts out of bounds. It goes to the white jerseys. Stout's working against post. Around the horn they go. They're trying to get it inside. To be honest, not quite sure why. The Cardinals have had the edge inside. Shots missed. Bullard blocked out, but nobody else is there. They go for Porter inside. Barrett's got the rebound. Outlets it to Moses, who gets it to Buller. Buller brings it up the floor. Post is wide open for another three, and she'll drain it. Oilerettes are making big mistakes, leaving the Cardinals open. If the Cardinals can play strong against the press, as you can see, the Cardinals have a big edge in both half-court offense and half-court defense. It's been the Oilerettes press that's made the big difference here. Oilerettes going in, and the body language, if you're looking at it, the body language is favoring the Cardinals going in. Oilerettes had a double-digit lead. Cardinals come back and bring it back to 5 points as we end the first half. So let me run through some stats. We'll take a little bit of a break. Kemper ends the first half. Kemper Post has 6 points off the 2 3-pointers. She's got a steal. Abby Buller has 1 3-pointer, 2 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. They're not calling anybody for trying to block shots, so Abby Buller's taking advantage of it. Shelby Moses has 3 inside buckets to go with a free throw. Whenever they can get the ball to her, she's making good work of what she finds with post defense. She goes right through it like tissue paper, honestly. So 7 points for Moses to lead the Cardinal scorers with 3 rebounds, a foul, and a steal. Tatum Boyd's got a rebound and 2 fouls. Vega Weber has 1 bucket to go with a rebound and a foul. Brianna Barrett's not scoring, but has 7 rebounds. Yesterday, she had 12 rebounds and ended up just short of a double-double. She had 8 points and 12 rebounds. Tonight, she's got 7 rebounds to go with a foul and 2 steals. And Emily Estes came off the bench and has 1 rebound and 1 foul. So Cardinals make it through the first half and weather some of the big body blows and have a lot to talk about at halftime. They'll need to make some adjustments to handle that press from Merritt. But they actually won the quarter. Merritt was ahead by 7, 15-8 at the end of the first quarter. During the first half of the second quarter, they were running it on us and things were starting to look kind of bleak. They'd gotten it out to at least a 12-point lead, maybe a little bit more. They were leading by at least 12. Cardinals, though, make a nice run and end the half only down by 5. So the Cardinals end up winning the second quarter 10-8. So it's interesting to see as with that press, the score is not higher, but Merritt doesn't run in transition as you're seeing. Sometimes they'll get steals off the press and then turn it around and score off it, but they're not running they're not running a full court transition game. You got to see full court transition a whole bunch yesterday when you saw our boys playing against Frederick. That was a team that likes to run. However, Merritt can get up on people and score some points. They did score 68 against Cheyenne Range. Cheyenne's not very good, just putting it bluntly. Against Fort Top Braxton, they got 66-21, and Hinton, they went 64-37. In the first game of the tournament, they played Hollis. Hollis couldn't get the ball across the court until Merritt finally backed off on their press. And they ended up winning that game 56-16 yesterday. Cardinals can score. We've seen them break 70 this year. They can put up points if they have to. It doesn't look like it's going to be that kind of game. Cardinals are laying back a little bit on defense and picking up and then going man-to-man on their defense. It's worked out really well other than the 5 3-pointers for Mong. Mong really started dropping it on us. She leads all scorers. She's got 15 just on 3-pointers. However, the reason you haven't seen Mong much at the end of the half was that she ended up piling up 3 fouls. The only other scoring for Merritt is 2 points for Stout, 2 points for each of the Hartman sisters. One of the Hartmans has 3. Addison Hartman has 3 points. She also has a free throw. Porter has 1 free throw. As far as fouls go, the Cardinals had the better of the fouls as the game progressed. They started out piling up some foul trouble. Boyd had 2. He had to take a seat. Nobody else has more than 1. But for Merritt, Barnett's got 2. Sosa's got 2. Fite's got 1. Hartman's got 1. And Long has 3. That happened in the boys' game too. Canute was playing really physical, and eventually the referees, it just, not a mind reader, but it looked like the referees eventually just kind of got sick of it. They started calling a lot more fouls, and Canute ended up having guys foul out. The problem was, from the last 2 minutes of the game on in the fourth quarter through the overtime, the Cardinals just couldn't make the most of opportunities they were given. 90 seconds left. We'll take a break here and come back for the second half. Cardinals trail by 5 to the number 7 2A team, the Merritt Oilerettes. Possession arrow goes to Merritt for the second half. Cardinals start the second half with their starters. Buller, Boyd, and Barrett, Moses, and Post. Cardinals stay in that man-to-man. They go inside to Hartman, and it's going to be a travel right off the bat to Hartman. So Merritt's trying to go inside to the Hartman sisters, and it's just not working out. Their scorings come from outside. The 5 3-pointers from Long, the biggest thing. Bad pass by the Cardinals. Buller gets tied up trying to get the grasp on it. Luckily, the possession arrow goes to Turpin, so you get to hold on to it. Boyd works against Barnett. She gets in the front court. Cardinals are going. Merritt staying in that half court man-to-man. They do run a zone, but we haven't been seeing it here. Cardinals take advantage of the inside game again. This time it's Buller. Outside, big shot and big miss. Buller has the rebound. She's doubled. Barrett's got it, kicks it down the floor. Moses had snuck out and cherry picking. She goes for the layup and she'll get it. All of a sudden, Cardinals start the half with 4 quick points. Both of them in the paint. Cardinals showing off that big advantage in the lane. Now, one of them was a layup. But it's worth pointing out that right now it's outside game for Merritt and inside game for the Cardinals with just a couple of sprinkled threes coming from Kemper Post and one from Buller for the Cardinals. So we'll see what Merritt does for an adjustment here. I don't think this is what they had in mind when they had that 12-point lead in the second quarter. Things were looking rosy. Their press was causing miscues for the Cardinals and the ball was getting turned around. They were bouncing our guards around. People were hitting the floor like crazy. Cardinals have adjusted, though, and that's exactly what we needed to see. Again, I'll keep harping on this, but this is what playoff basketball looks like. And as we made the deep run last year with our Cardinals, that team of 5 seniors, along with 3 all-conference players that the Cardinals put on the floor to this day, that deep team, as we made that run, we saw a lot of really physical ball. The ultimate of it was watching the Ceiling Wildcats, who went on to win a state title. We played them, and it was all but being described as shell shock. Those girls could play, and they played hard, and they played fast. Cardinals have adjusted tremendously. They trail by only 1. We don't have anybody in foul trouble, and they have a couple of girls with 2, and then one with 3. We are going to pick up a foul down low. Fight had gotten free.
On Turpin, number 13.
Brianna Barrett will pick up a foul. That's just 2 on her. Merritt gets the inbound and underneath the bucket. Cardinals got to be careful here. They have Hartman in the corner working against Moses. We'll see if they try to get it to Hartman. They do. She puts up a little jumper, can't get the fall. Barrett gets a rebound. They'll call a jump ball. Remember, we'd had the jump ball early in the quarter where Buller got tied up, so that means the arrow gives Merritt a second chance here. Cardinals have to play defense twice. They get it up top. Merritt will reset their offense. We'll see if they keep trying to go inside to the Hartman sisters. They've got both of them out there. And immediately they do. They go to Hartman. Barrett gets a little finger on it, tips away, but they keep it. Buller deflects the ball. Other Hartman sister holds on to it, and Buller gets into it, gets knocked by Stout. No call. They're not going to call those. Cardinal fans are not liking it, but that's just the way it's being called. Barrett working against Hartman. Hartman goes up, and she's going to get called. Now, one thing I can tell you, referees do not like, if you get a double team, you can put a whole lot of contact with the first person who's there. But the second person on the double team is just supposed to provide support. Shelby Moses came in and reached for the ball, got a little bit of contact, and that little bit of contact is all it takes when you're that second person coming over on the double team. So she gets called for her second foul. Coach Doherty's going to go ahead and make the substitution. Fight's going to come out, and Mong's going to come back in. Remember, she took a seat with 3 fouls, but she also had 5 3-pointers in the first half. Cardinals got to make sure they account for her on the offense. One of the 2 free throws goes in. It's now a 2-point game. Cardinals working against that full court press. Boyd loses the ball, just loses it. Wasn't tipped, nothing, just loses it. Moses fighting for a rebound with Hartman. Cardinals got to be careful here. They're giving extra chances. Well, Moses steps in front of a pass. Moses trying to fight away from a double team. She gets to post. Post will pull up. Buller's got it. Cardinals will set up in their half court. Merritt will harass you the entire time you're on the court if you've got the ball. And the Cardinals are just going to have to adjust to it. It looks like they've been trying to. Moses open for a three-pointer, can't hit it. Buller tips it out to her. Moses gets the rebound, and the Cardinals reset the offense. Boyd goes baseline against a Hartman. Post has it up top. Barrett picks. They try to go for a roll, and Moses is wide open inside. Porter grabbed a hold of her, which is the only thing that was going to stop Moses. Moses hadn't gone into her shot motion yet. Oh, maybe she did. Referees are talking it over. Yeah. Merritt crowd's unhappy about it. Moses hadn't put up her shot yet, but she was just a moment away from it. Moses misses the first free throw, though, and that may end up playing Merritt's way. We were going to have the ball underneath the bucket. Moses misses both of them, and Hartman steps in front for the rebound. They look inside for Hartman. Both Hartmans work in the lane. Moses reaches in front. Riley Hartman had an open path. Moses reached in front of her. Not quite sure what she was hoping for there, but Hartman puts it in and gets fouled. So, quick 4 points there. A quick score leads to a 4-point deficit. Moses has to take a seat with 3 fouls, and Riley Hartman gets to shoot to make it a 3-point play. She doesn't make it. Estes gets tipped, but Merritt gets a steal. Outlet to post. Tell you what, it is just chaos here. This Oiler team just does a great job on defense and makes things hard. Post has it on the outside. Barrett's got it inside. Estes gives a pump fake and goes to dribble. You can't do that. The ball has to be going down before you take off. That'll get called travel every time. And then Estes is going to get called for a foul. Merritt on a little bit of a run here. Cardinals struggling on the offensive end, and Merritt getting to the hole and getting fouls called. All of a sudden, Cardinals have piled up 4 fouls, and they're sending Merritt to the line. Riley Hartman getting to shoot the second. She made the first. It's now a 5-point lead for Merritt. She missed the second. Boyd's got the rebound. Boyd coming up the floor. Boyd to post in the corner. Merritt sets up inside. Barrett's got it. Barrett's a little further out than she normally likes working on offense. Buller's got it up top. Cardinals are running a double high. We'll see what they go with here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and set up. Try to get Barrett open inside or else free up Buller. They got Buller. If they can get her the ball, they do. Buller spins and goes right. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Buller goes right into 2 defenders. Hands a flailing. Ball gets knocked away from her. If you can say there was no contact there, you're either blind or you're wearing a white jersey. Either way, the ball gets blocked from Buller. The rebound goes Merritt's way, but thankfully a turnover puts the ball back in Turpin's hands. They get the ball up the floor. Hartman had left her spot. She could see Boyd looking at post. Merritt runs this press long enough that the backside players get used to watching the eyes of the guards up top. That's exactly what happened there, but Hartman couldn't get a handle on it. And the Cardinals have the ball in the front court. Boyd's got it, gets it away to Barrett. Now post out on the edge. Buller's wide open for a three. She'll take it. It won't fall. Estes can't get there, but she fights for the rebound. None of the other Cardinals were in position for it. Estes put up a valiant effort, but she was being double teamed on that blockout effort. Hartman goes to the line, Hartman's getting open here. It's not post play. What she's doing is she's getting it about 10 feet away and driving, and it's working out really well. Boyd goes for an opening, and then you got a flop. Blocking foul is going to get called on Addison Hartman. Boyd was coming in fast and sidestepped right as Hartman was expecting the contact. Hartman went down, and she'll get called for the foul. Only the second foul called on Merritt. They're leading by 7 here. Cardinals have went on the run and pulled back within 2 before Merritt's gone on a 5-point run here. Cardinals haven't scored in a while. In they go to Moses. Hartman reaches over the top of Moses and knocks the ball out of bounds. Buller looking for somebody to get it to. Finally gets it into Weber, who's just come into the game for the first time in this half. Buller drives inside, a lot of contact. She'll put the ball up and get the foul called. Buller saw she had an advantage there against Fight and took her right to the hole. Second foul on Fight, third team foul on Merritt. Buller puts in the first. Cardinals trail by 6, 23-29. Buller makes them both. Nice time to make both free throws. Cardinals back within 5. Time for a defensive stop. Hartman's been doing a good job of getting to the hole. Actually, both the Hartmans. Addison right now calling for it. She thinks she's got position on Moses. The Cardinals have been taking advantage of those type of opportunities. They're doing it here. They try to set up for a lob pass to Hartman. Moses, oh my word. Moses knocks the ball out of bounds, and one referee was going to go ahead and give it to the Cardinals. It clearly was knocked out by Shelby. Shelby was getting a kick out of that call, and the Oilers fans on the other side were clearly not happy. Little conference of referees, they get things fixed. Cardinals in a dangerous spot here. Merritt's getting the inbound it right underneath the bucket. They set up for a corner 3. Barnett puts it up. It's a miss. Cardinals aren't there, ready to rebound though. Weber watched the shot but didn't block out. And Ella Porter sneaks right inside of her, and Weber ends up fouling her, and she tries for a putback. Sorry, they're going to say it's on the floor, not for the putback, just on the rebound. Second on Weber, 5th on the Cardinals. Cardinals doing a great job on defense. Boyd actually tips the inbound pass. Hartman working up high. We've got her sister inside. Cardinals are ready and get the lob pass, but they end up knocking it out of bounds. Cardinals are ready for that lob. They tried forcing it anyway. Boyd was there and Moses was there. Honestly, they knocked it away from each other. Let's get the clock in the shot so you can see. 2:12 left to go in the third quarter. 5-second call. Fantastic job on the defense. Cardinal fans showing their appreciation. That's one of your announcer's favorite plays along with the charge. I love when the defense can take the ball away. Boyd gets up ahead, finds Estes wide open. Estes puts it up with a little bit of a challenge as Merritt recovers. Nobody's there for the rebound, and Merritt comes the other way. Cardinals had a transition opportunity, but can't make anything come of it. Merritt almost loses it. Hartman comes into the middle. Boy, they're calling everything when the Hartman sisters come inside. If you remember, Abby Buller did the same thing, ran into a couple of players, and nothing got called earlier. This blocking foul gets called on Estes. That's now 3 on her. Barrett and Post will come in. Estes and Boyd will take a seat. On the floor for the Cardinals, you've got Buller, Barrett, Moses, Weber, and Post. Cardinals have done a good job shutting down Mong in this quarter. She had 15 in the first half. Merritt comes away with the rebound. Cardinals now doing a good job on the boards. Cardinals looking to take advantage of that inside advantage that they've had in this game. Moses is set up for it. Buller's trying to get it to her. Hartman comes over and knocks it away. Buller just goes right by her. She'll take a short jumper. She doesn't hit it, but it looks like the Cardinals are going to track down for a rebound, so Buller does get the rebound. Moses again setting up. It's interesting. Merritt's gone to a zone. Good ball movement by the Cardinals. Moses gets to the line. She got off the shot. Great job on ball movement there. The Cardinals just kicking it around fast. Ball never touching the floor. In that little sequence that you saw there before Moses gets it and puts it up and gets a chance to pull the Cardinals back within 3. Sorry, back within 3. She missed the first free throw. Cardinals have struggled a little bit at the free throw line. 14th foul on Merritt. We've got 82 seconds left in the third quarter. Moses puts in the second. It's a 4-point game. Long kicks it out on the edge to Stout. Stout looking inside for one of the Hartmans. The other Hartman catches it, goes up the baseline. Baseline goes to Porter. Porter gets it knocked away by post. And here come the Cardinals. 55 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cardinals have it in the front court. Nice defensive series there, and the Cardinals are able to gain a possession. Post open. Buller wide open. Spot that she likes in the corner. She can't get to it though, and it goes out of bounds. Buller loves that corner. That's a shot that we'll take if we get it all day long. And Merritt gets to come the other way. Merritt almost had the rebound, but a little bit awkward as she was trying to block out. She couldn't hold on to it. And Merritt has the ball with 25 seconds left. Looks like they're going to set up for a last shot. Buller coming up and taking Mong, not giving her anything easy. Looks like Buller's going to make sure Mong doesn't get another one of those easy corners. Looked like she dribbled the ball on the timeline, but the referee's right there. They work inside. They get an inside shot. Porter had position on Buller. Merritt called Buller for reaching over the top on the block attempt. That's first foul on Buller, by the way. Porter gets to go to the line, shooting 2. She misses it. 17th foul on Turpin. Oilerettes will be in the bonus the entire second half, the entire fourth quarter. Porter getting ready to shoot the second. This rebound's very important. Can't let Merritt get it and have a chance for a score to end the quarter. Merritt grabs it, tries to immediately outlet it, but Merritt's ready for that and knocks the ball out of bounds. 1.4 seconds left in the quarter. Get ready for the Cardinals to just throw it in and hold it. That's exactly what she's going to do. You can try and chuck it the length of the court, but it just all but never goes in. There's no reason to do it. Just hold it and show that you've got control. I love doing that. Love seeing our teams do that. We end the quarter down by 4. If you remember, we ended the first half down by 5, so Cardinals end up winning that quarter. We've got a little bit of work to do. We had it back to 2 before Merritt opened it up a little bit on us. Here's your stats. Post has 2 3-pointers. She didn't score in this quarter to go with the steal. Abby Buller has got, 7. She's got a bucket inside, a 3-pointer, 2 free throws, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks, assists, and that foul right before the end of the quarter. Shelby Moses has 10. She's our leading scorer to go with 4 rebounds, 3 fouls, 3 steals and assists. Tatum Boyd's got 2 rebounds and 2 fouls. Watch for maybe some opportunity for Boyd to get some of those transition layups that she's so good at forcing. Megan Weber's got 1 bucket to go with a rebound and 2 fouls. Brianna Barrett's hit 10 rebounds now. She's done a fantastic job on the glass. She's got 2 fouls and 3 steals. Estes has 2 rebounds and 3 fouls. So we do have several people with foul issues. We'll go through that in just a moment. Cardinals trail by 4 and have the ball to start the quarter. We can be patient, get the ball inside. Moses tries for it, and she gets the ball poked away, and possession arrow goes Merritt's way. So we end up wasting the initial possession of the quarter. And taking it to Moses up at the top, they immediately reached for it. Just got to be better on ball security. If we're going to throw it to somebody, we've got to be getting it to them in a way that they can do something with it and do something quick. Because Merritt's a good defensive team. They're not going to allow stuff to just sit there. Stout's got it, kicks it over on the edge to Hartman. Again, there's 2 Hartman sisters. 24 is Riley, 21 is Addison. Up top is Porter, kicking out on the edge to Fight. Back up top to Riley Hartman. She gets a seam. She goes down the lane. Her sister, Addison, gets the rebound and gets fouled. We'll see who it's called on. It's on Moses. That's 4 on Moses. Shelby struggling to stay out of foul trouble in this game. That's happened to her some this season. We need her out there. She's got 10 points, and she's been tremendous on the inside. Tell you what, Merritt's tremendous on defense, and Mong has been fantastic from the 3-point line. But otherwise, the rest of the team's not very sharp shooting, and you can see it here in the free throws. That even though we've been putting them at the line a lot, they haven't been able to cash in on it. Addison Hartman, the MVP of the 5-county tournament, misses both free throws. So it turns out Moses' foul may put her on the bench, but Merritt's unable to cash in on it. Post tries for another 3. Not able to get that one to fall, and Merritt gets the rebound. Cross-court pass to Fight. Moses is going to stay inside. Fight drove inside and fell right by Moses. Shelby looked over to the ref to see if she was going to be taking a seat on the bench with 5 fouls. The referee didn't call it for her. So thank you, she could stay in. Buller's pass for Boyd ends up being stolen. Boyd stops before the ball gets to her. However, Mong does not. Mong steps in front and knocks the ball away.
30-second timeout for the Dragon Lady Cardinals.
That timeout taken by Coach Smoltz. Each team has 3 timeouts. Well, tell you what, if you told me at the start of the game that we'd be sitting at a 4-point difference with the number 7 team in 2A, I'd take that from you all day long. Cardinals have played a tremendous game here against the Merritt Oilerettes on their home court. Last year, we were their only loss to an unranked opponent. We were also their first loss of the season. This year, they have 1 loss right off the bat to a highly ranked Calumet team. Maybe that's new. Sorry, I'll have to double check. Yeah, it was Canute. The Canute team that just beat Hooker right before this. Cardinals battle for the rebound and get it. We had 3 bigs there. Barron ends up coming away from it. She's got about a dozen rebounds now. Oh, I was 1 off. She has 11. Thank you to statistician extraordinaire Ella Buller, who's right here beside me. Boyd's got it outside. Cardinals run their half-court offense. Looks like they're trying to free up somebody inside. Barrett's working on the outside against Riley Hartman. They got Moses inside. Ball gets tipped off a leg and out of bounds. Cardinals will get the chance to inbound it here. We'll see if they've got a play that they can put in. Cardinals have been doing great in these inbounds. They score about half the time once they inbound under the bucket. Oh, that got knocked by the ref. That's supposed to be a whistle and taken out of bounds. If a ball touches the referee, it's out of bounds immediately. Thankfully, the Cardinals are able to hold on to it. Post passed it out to Buller, and Stout will knock it out of bounds. Cardinals here have to be careful. Hand off to Boyd, and then back to Buller. Buller working against Stout. Again, the reminder, Stout is the granddaughter of Rod and Teresa Stout. Longtime Turpin teacher, and Rod's been farming the community forever and ever. Buller open for a three. Just a little bit short. Off the front of the rim, Mong gets the rebound, and here come the Cardinals the other way. Stout again, number 10 out there. Daughter of Travis Stout, former All-Stater and part of a golf team at Turpin that won a title back in '98. So some Turpin connections here on the floor for the white jerseys. Barrett's trying to dribble it, and that doesn't go too well. Ends up going the other way. And a rebound off the shot. So, sorry, let me take that back through that. Barrett loses the ball. She got double teamed. She tried dribbling against the press. That's not normally her role. Merritt's press doing a good job here with providing pressure. Quick shot was put up, and it was missed. Mong was able to get there, though, and puts in a shot and gets fouled by Barrett. So, little turnover by the Cardinals with the press, and Merritt turns it into 2 points. Boyd's into the front court.
Watch out.
Mong chases her down, knocks it out of bounds.
Come on, pick it up. Let's go, Cardinals. Move.
Cardinals have the ball after it got knocked out of bounds. They're down by 8. Boyd with a long three. Hartman had pinned Moses well. Barrett couldn't get around her in time. And a rebound goes to Merritt. Merritt's up by 8. 4.5 to go. Sorry, 4:40 to go. Merritt slowing it down for a moment. Ong's got the ball. Remember, she had 15 in the first half, all on three-pointers. So they might be trying to set up something for her here. They've got Barrett on her. Long pass. Post tries for it. And a travel. Post did a great job. They had thrown a lazy pass. Riley Hartman had to step out to try and haul it in. Post comes over and challenges, and Hartman ends up taking the extra step, moving her pivot foot, and throws it away. 5-second call. Not sure what the Cardinals were doing there. Post is normally over on the side with the ball on an inbounds, and she was over on the back side. Moses and Boyd weren't moving well, and Buller had nobody to throw to. It's a turnover. If you're wondering why she didn't throw it in, it's better to take the 5-second call and set up and play defense than to throw the ball in and potentially get a turnover and get a quick 2 points. Same thing with the 10-second call. It's better if a press is really harassing you and you're struggling to get the ball up the court, instead of hurrying and taking risks, it's better to take the 10-second call and set up on defense than give an easy 2 points to a team in transition. You've seen that as Merritt has been able to score out of their press several times, but it hasn't been the Cardinals making risky plays. I would give total credit to Merritt's defense. Their press is as good as we've seen all year. Cardinals will have 2 timeouts left. We're deep into the fourth quarter.
Come on, Black.
Coach Schmaltz has 2 timeouts remaining. The Cardinals are down by 8. They just turned the ball over. This is a big possession. 4 minutes remain.
You got it. You got it.
Cardinals are down by 4 possessions. It's going to take some time to come back from this. But that'll help. Garnett throws it out of bounds. Miscue by Merritt. Moore looks to throw it in. Boyd's got it. They're not double teaming her. They're just going full court man-to-man. Boyd picks it up, back to Boyd. Boyd working against Stout. Boyd's got it in front court. Cardinals running double high posts. Moses gets the ball tipped by Addison Hartman. And eventually, Addison Hartman's going to get called. She was just leaning on Moses. Moses taking advantage of it. Merritt may not realize it, but Moses played point guard all the way up until she got into high school. So she's got ball skills. She's not afraid to use them. Buller in the corner. She's working against Riley Hartman. Hartman playing tough defense. A lot of hands here, but they haven't called hand checks the entire game. So don't expect them to start now. Post gets it into Moses. Out in the corner to Boyd. Boyd open for a three. It's not there. Buller goes over the back of Porter. Over the back's not a real call, but she hit Porter's arm. And by the way, that puts Porter with a long walk all the way over to the other free throw line, and she'll get to shoot 2. Cardinals with 10 fouls called on them. Cardinals can get away with a lot of physicality, but you're not going to be able to hit somebody's arm as they're rebounding. Merritt again, not good from the free throw line. That trend continues here. Porter misses the first. If this keeps up, if the Cardinals end up losing this game to Merritt, they get to match up with the Hooker Lady Bulldogs tomorrow. Lady Bulldogs lost to Canute in the game earlier today. Merritt's now up by 9, 3.5 to go. Cardinals have to make the most of these possessions. Cardinals can shoot the 3, and potentially it could be 3 possessions. But Merritt's playing a pretty tight man-to-man. Cardinals have had a huge advantage when they can get the ball inside. Post mishandles the ball, but we hold on to it. They get Moses inside. Moses goes up, tremendous amount of contact, and Moses will get to go to the line shooting 2. Cardinals have been able to do a lot of damage into the deep part of the Merritt defense. Moses has been one of the big components of that. I think she's leading the team in scoring. Moses is leading the team in scoring with 10. She missed the first free throw, though. Cardinals have to take advantage of these free throws opportunities when they get them. Merritt now has 16 fouls. So both teams in the bonus. However, Merritt's is double bonus. They get to shoot 2, where the Cardinals will shoot 1 for any fouls going their way the rest of the way. Moses makes 1 of 2. Cardinals back within 8. Cardinals switch to a 2-2 zone, also known as a box zone. It's not normally known as a good zone for getting a bunch of steals in, but Cardinals have had times this year where they can do it. Fight's got the ball out top, and they kick it to Mong. We'll see if Merritt goes ahead and starts letting some air out of the ball. Hartman not jockeying for position going against Barrett. They end up Stout kicking it out to Mong. She'll drive inside, go for a layup and miss it. Post doesn't block out, and the Porter ends up sneaking in to get a rebound. So they get a lob pass finally. Barrett comes in and fouls Riley Hartman. Barrett was late to get there and ended up bumping into her. So Hartman will get to go to the line to shoot 2. And that's 4 on Brianna. Both of our post players have 4 fouls each. Riley Hartman hits a free throw. Is that her first? Well, Hartman's got 3 free throws. She's got the most of anybody, I think, for either team. Merritt has shot a whole lot of free throws. Chechi makes both. Pardon my surprise, but I think it's the first time they've done it. Post has it, working against Mong. Post gets up the floor in a hurry, picks it up, finds Boyd on the backside. Boyd drives in, gets just pushed, puts up a jumper. Not enough contact to get called. Cardinals didn't have a rebounder ready. Merritt did, and they've got the ball the other way. Cardinals getting close to the point where they'll have to foul if they're going to have a chance to get another extra possessions. Boyd's got a steal. Up the floor to Boyd. Boyd into Moses. Moses up quick. A lot of contact, no call. Moses got bodied by Mong, but it's not going to get called. Looks like the referees have decided that this game's going to be done. We got 16 fouls on the board, both teams in the bonus, and the tournament's already running behind schedule. So we may not see a lot called the rest of the way. Longhat was shooting 3s like crazy earlier in the game, but it looks like she's not going to do it. Merritt's going to go ahead and start running some clock. Cardinals have to foul here if they want to get the ball back. Interesting dribbling technique by Stout there, but not worth a call. Long's got it outside with Moses. Moses is D'ing up. Cross court. Stout gets the ball, though. She's out of position, though, when she throws it to Fight, and Fight ends up having to save the ball back in, and it goes right out of bounds. So Cardinals have it. They're down by 10. They have to have points on this possession. They might be starting to look for 3s here. We'll see what they do. Boyd's got it, gets to Buller, and Boyd's pass is picked off. Cardinals just have not been careful with passes, and it shows, but 52 seconds left. Cardinals have to score quick here. Moses goes up. Moses gets it inside. A lot of contact again. No foul's going to be called this time, though. 8-point game, 46 seconds to go. Cardinals have to foul here to try and force extra possessions anytime they don't steal an inbounds. Cardinals have a history of stealing inbounds passes in other games. We'll see if they can pull it off here. But it's a tough hill to climb here. Cardinals had won the last 2 quarters, but it wasn't enough to come back and be in the lead now. Merritt putting on a nice run and extending the lead that they had coming out of the fourth quarter of 4 points to pull out to an 8-point lead is what we set at right now. 36-28. As far as timeouts go, if the Cardinals can pull off some miracles here and pull the game back to tied, you can see that we only have 1 timeout left. So Coach Schmaltz doesn't have a lot of bullets left in the gun yet, left for what he's got for coaching decisions. Expect to see the Cardinals in a full court man. Cardinals' speed is tremendous. We may see Weber come back on the floor. Now she won't let. The 5 we got on the floor are quick. You can see we've got Boyd, Post, Buller, Moses, and Merritt. Those were the starters tonight. If Merritt holds on, and with an 8-point lead in 46 seconds, that looks likely, the Cardinals will play tomorrow at 3:20 for the 3rd place game. Taking on Hooker Lady Bulldogs that they played just earlier this week. Buller is able to get a hand on the ball, tips it out of bounds. Boyd on Mong. Apparently the Cardinals aren't going to be fouling. They're just playing defense. Boyd tips the ball but doesn't go away, or doesn't go back to the Cardinals. And Cardinals aren't fouling, they're just playing defense. So this game will go ahead and end. Cardinals with a good game. They took number 7 deep into the 4th quarter on their home court. That's a good game anytime you can get it. Well, Cardinals are going to foul. We just waited a long time to do it. Not sure why we let 23 seconds go off the floor off the time before we started fouling. Kemper picks it up though. That's just her first. Tell you what, putting the Oilerettes at the foul line isn't a bad strategy, though. They're not good from behind the line.
Good luck, buddy.
Boyd gets the rebound. 15 seconds left. Cardinals have to take 3-pointers down. Boyd's going to shoot one from the corner. She'll make it. Schmaltz will take his last time out to stop the clock. That's 10 for Abby. Cardinals are down by 5 here. 8 seconds left. It is possible, but here's what's have to happen. Cardinals have to have 2 possessions in 8 seconds, which means they have to somehow get the ball back twice. That's going to be really tough to do. Here's the other factor. Remember, when you make a shot, the clock will run. So the Cardinals have to get the points in the next 3 seconds, or else Merritt can just let the ball sit out of bounds and the clock will run. Coach Schmaltz has no more timeouts. So it's an almost impossible task to win this. You could see the Cards do some interesting things with fouls. Barrett and Moses both have 4 fouls. They're both out there right now. Oh, Hartman gets the ball. They're not fouling. Game's gonna be over. The big key was they had to get the ball away on the inbounds pass. Barrett came close. Great job by the Lady Cardinals. Tell you what, 5-point difference on the scoreboard against number 7 in 2A. What a great game. I know the Lady Cardinals feel heartbroken on this. Both our Cardinal teams will be playing for 3rd place tomorrow. The boys will be playing against the loser of this game that's coming up. Merritt's playing Hooker. The girls will be playing the Hooker Lady Bulldogs. I can tell you as a Turpin fan, that's a game that I'm excited for. Hooker won the game on Tuesday. The two teams fought it out. It was a close game in the fourth quarter, and the Lady Bulldogs pulled away. It was a tremendous output from senior Maddie Swayze, one of the best players from Oklahoma. And I tell you what, we like getting that draw. We want to take on a second-ranked team from 2A. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on the floor while I go through stats, and then we'll end this stream. Games tomorrow. We'll start out at 3:20 for the girls' game, and then immediately following it will be our boys' game. So 3:20 will be our game tomorrow. We'll talk about that more a little bit later, though. Here's your final stats from the game. Kimber Post had 2 3-pointers to go with a foul and a steal. Abby Buller ended with, I think, she ended with 12. That final 3 put her at 12 points. To go with 4 rebounds, 2 fouls, 4 steals, 3 blocks, and assists. Shelby Moses ended with 13. 4 rebounds, 4 fouls, 3 steals, and an assist. Tatum Boyd didn't get any points, but got 5 rebounds and 2 fouls. Megan Weber had a bucket, 1 rebound, and 2 fouls. Brianna Merritt, tremendous work on the boards. She was able to get 11 rebounds, but none of those rebounds were follows. We struggled on the offensive rebounding side a bit, and that's one of the indicators for when Brianna's not able to get points to go along with that many rebounds. She did have 4 fouls and 3 steals. Emily Estes came off the bench and had 2 rebounds and 3 fouls. Cardinals, after Merritt had the 7-point lead in the first quarter, off a tremendous job by their press. They went into the second and at one point had a 12-point lead. The Cardinals, though, fought back and had a 5-point deficit to end the first half. They end both halves down by 5. So the Cardinals played tie ball after the first half. Actually, they won the game if you count that they were down by 7 after the first quarter. I'm going to look for every possible silver lining, guys. Every one of them. Anyway, Merritt wins the first quarter 15-8. After the second quarter, it's Cardinals down 18-23. We go through the second quarter. It ends with Merritt up 29-25, and your final 36-31. Merritt wins on their home floor. They defend their floor. Tremendous job by the Oilerettes. A pleasure of a game to watch. Again, really physical ball, but that's what we'll see when we get into the playoffs anyway. So this was a good preview of that. We'll have Cardinal teams playing for third place tomorrow, playing for the hardware. We'll find out who our boys are playing against. That game will be at the end of this one. If you want to watch this game with Hooker playing against Merritt, you can either turn on the Hooker Bulldog Network or you can go to Paragon.tv. ParagonTV.com, and you can find Merritt Stream and watch it from Merritt Stream. We'll be ending this stream for now. We'll catch up with you tomorrow a little bit after 3 o'clock. Have a good evening, Cardinal fans.